Hello everyone, my name is Mona and I am a math teacher here in Hanoi, Vietnam and a full-time organics freak. So today I'm going to show you how to plan the year with me, and I usually use planners and it evolved a lot. And a little background story, I started like making plans, making daily lists when I realized I was so forgetful when I was in university. And I think that's because when I was in high school as well, I tend to do a lot of things for like 4 years nonstop doing extracurricular projects and like doing this and that, and also balancing academic goals. So kind of like I had a short-term memory loss when I reached university. And during my first year in university, I started like losing my books. Ended up buying like two books because once I let go of something, like it's out of my grasp, I forget about it. And also, I think it's because of too much scrolling, too much exposure with my laptop. In short, too much screen time. And when I researched online, then they suggested like to actually make some plans and list things down to help you organize your thoughts, because it's just there were so many things going on inside my head that time, and it actually helped a lot. And now I'm very dependent with planners. So it evolved from making schedules, making lists, making goals, and then I mixed it with journaling. I don't really have a separate journal. I just plan and then put something like tidbits with like little journaling, little dumping, because I actually find it difficult to keep up with journals. Like, so it's really up to you, and I'm just sharing you how I plan the year, which evolved from planning every year. So you need to find a system that actually works for you. And with my new system right now, I hope that helps you. So here are some examples. I have this. And then this, so old now. And also, it started with Starbucks planners when I was in university. This, very old. Oh no. Wow. Productivity. Then a gift from my friend. It's a weekly planner, like this, little prints, but I never used it. I used half, so I realized I really need like an actual notebook. Uh, for 2024, I had this. It was a really good planner because there was the overall like yearly plan, the monthly plan, the daily plan, and at the back there were notes, like an area where you can make your own notes. Mm, that's sorry, it's destroyed. I have used all my planners like this. So you can also write at the back. I was gonna buy the same thing, but like for 2025, but a different color and different color. But I was already shopping in Shein and found a cheap one. But when it arrived, it was like this. It's so tiny. Let's see if it works, but I'm not so sure about that. So let's see. Now, aside from this, I also use Google Calendar, and for finances, I use my the most reliable one to track my expenses and my financial goals would be Google Sheets. And lately, I've discovered a very good one, which I'm going to show you now also, because I'm also screen recording it. It's xtiles. But let's get to it. So, how I usually plan my year, it evolved from making a list. And I think when you don't know where to start, people would usually make a bucket list. You can do that too. So we'll have 4 steps, but you can initially have a list. But make sure the items on your list should be your goals, attainable goals. And if you just want to dump ideas, then that's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dump maybe 10 items from my goals today. I mean, not today, but for the entire year. So planning the year is very important because it actually helps you set clear goals, prioritize tasks, and stay focused, like ensuring steady progress. Yeah, so I think I can only come up with 8 so far, and maybe you can actually like make it an ongoing list, which is fine. Second one is to step 2 is categorize. Categorize. So we have here all the list, and then we can duplicate it again. Sorry for the mess. And then you'll add a color. Color would be probably blue. And then I'll put my first one, which is spiritual, because I'm a Christian. So I really want to be intentional with my faith. And how do you do that? Then you have to specify it. So I have here, let me go down my list. Oh, now that we're going to categories, I remember one more that I'd like to put. So it's up to you. Hello, that's my cat. Hello, Cloudy. Oh no! Discipleship. So now it made me realize I need one more discipleship with March. So it's like discipleship is you meet up with someone, talk about faith, and then study the Bible, the Word of God together. So now you have the first one, first category. Then oh my God, just deleted it. Hold on, Control Z. And then the next one would like if you're not Christian, that's fine. Then you can set up for mental health. So let me add the color, and that would be purple. Your financial goals. So check your list. Finances, financial goal, and then which which from the list would be about finances. So you can copy it. Set up savings for my cat because it's expensive to relocate your cat to another country. Like it's around 3,000 USD. And then here, there's one more. Slowly build the investment for a small property. So now let's have the next category would be for travel. Make it red because we love traveling. Travels. So I didn't really put travel plans, travel goals from my list. So now it made me realize once you reach to step two, which is the categories that you need to travel. But my travel goal usually for this year is to spend travel back home and spend time with my grandpa. So yeah, that's it. And maybe small monthly quick trips with my husband. That helps for mental health, work life balance. Yeah, hold on. I'm recording a video. So next category I have here would be so I have spiritual, financial, work. Yeah, hold on. For work, I only have one goal to be a nonchalant. To be a nonchalant workmate, less emotional, and we get paid. Work with how much work much like work according to your salary. Sorry for that. I had to cut. So we went to our categories. So again, we had spiritual, we had travel, work, financial, and then the next one would be hobbies, and then your ultimate priorities can be anything. Um, So the third step would be set now you've categorized your goals, then you need to tag it. Again, you categorize it again and organize it. Like if you think of the past year, was this goal or you can go to the first category and then you can categorize it. Was this goal a deferred goal? Meaning like you couldn't do it because you didn't have enough time. So second, was it an extended goal? Sorry. Extended goal means you've been having that yearly and usually for example we have finances so savings and then third and your priority goals like really really important so you need to tag it like that and why do you need to tag it as deferred extended or priority you need to tag them so you know how to actually achieve them so with number one the deferred goals like you need to ask yourself why you weren't able to do it and why you weren't able to have enough time to actually do it. So these are usually hobbies that you weren't able to do. For my list, I had like making more videos or documenting more, using my film cameras more. So I wasn't able to maximize using these equipment because and also reaching that hobby of mine because of work. Like I overly uh, got attached, not really attached. Like I was so passionate with work and I was 100% all in with my full-time job. And yeah, that's how you do it. So now you need to ask yourself, how do you make time for that goal? So for that specific hobby of mine, then I need to be intentional in um, actually using them weekly or when you have dates, uh, girl dates or coffee dates, cafe dates, then you can have like make it into a shoot or document. So still working and always close extended goal. So it's been happening every year. It continued from last year to this year. So what's that extended goal? Mine would be kind of it's like a deferred and extended goal to be healthy, exercise more. I'm whispering because someone might hear me, and that's this goal. So standard goal would be to exercise more. And last year, my husband gave me a membership for the gym, and I only went 4 times. So it was such a waste. So how to make that, how to not repeat that would be don't pay for monthly membership, but rather like pay it once you go there. And also that will lead us to the fourth step, which I will share in a bit. Now, priority goals, I made it last because it's very important. So you put a star to the goals which you consider would be priority goals. And then, fourth step when you plan your year would be to think of the whole year. So we have 1 year, you have the timeline, and you can actually think of those categorized items. Where do they fit in? Like, let's start with the priority goals. So under your priority goal tab, then you can check when when does this happen, or is there an urgency for this goal, so you can put it in a timeline, think which quarter it belongs. So to make a quarterly goal makes you less anxious and makes you more focused actually, and you see what's going to be happening for that quarter. So why do you need to actually put it in a time frame? So you know that your goals will turn into actions, and once it's written, then you can actually print it out, turn it into a vision board. So up to you. So my example earlier would be the A1 test. When does that happen? First quarter of the year, second quarter of the year, fourth quarter of the year. So you need to put it. Now, for hobbies, I think it's if you have 3 or more hobbies that you have as goals, then choose one hobby that you would put in the first quarter of the year, because I think that would be more efficient. And if you start doing the most difficult hobby that you usually fail to do every year, then put it on the first one, and then because if you start doing that and you are definitely very focused and you've done it for the first 21 days straight, it will spill over to the next months. And also, it only takes 21 days to develop a habit from Atomic Habits, my favorite book. Yeah, so start with the first one. Don't do it all at once unless you have so much time in the world, then you can. Then you incorporate it into your daily plan. So there are goals like some hobbies, or for example my spiritual goal, in that category I can do it daily, and it's also incorporated with my daily plan already, that for every day there would be 3 goals that you will see in your daily plan: the spiritual, the health, and then the priorities. So now I'll share to you what would happen to my normal day once I've organized it. All my goals, where do they belong in the quarter? Where do they belong in the timeline? And which goals are you aiming for the first quarter? Then you go to the daily plan. For the daily plan, in my case, I would have to end my day with the spiritual goal, and I need to plan my next day or the week. And next would be my priority goal to learn German, spiritual, and to be healthy, and specifically to exercise more. And aside, so that's how your daily plan would work once you have the time frame. So aside from the time frame, make sure that every week or at the end of the month you check this list, the ones you categorize, and your timeline. Are you on track to reaching all your goals? So you can use your timeline to put a tick, like it's happening and it's been successful so far, so you can track it down. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to show you the other app I use, which is the xtiles. It's very helpful because it has vision board. Hold on, let me pull it up. So xmap is very useful because they have all the templates already, and you can put some tabs. So as you can see here, you have the vision board, and it's really up to you to do the schedule, and it will sync in your Google Calendar. Your phone reminds you, and this is how your January looks like. and the weekly planner. I don't usually use the daily templates here because I use the notebook instead, the physical one. This one is just good for me to actually have the weekly touch base and to make me more focused and see it visual because I'm a very visual person. And yeah, and you can also print out the steps. So I made a mind map, and you can access it in the link below from my rocket ship for only $1. So with that, there's an example of the mind map where you make your list with the categories and also um, tagging it as what kind of goal and putting it in the time frame. You can even print it out or download it as a PDF and just send it to your iPhone app. You can use it. And I also included scheduling monthly, weekly, and how to create a vision board. So you can do that with pictures and through collage. Yeah. So you can print out that planner for only $1. So if that helps. And if you're interested also with using xtiles, just comment below so I can make a separate video on how to make one and I'll show you the steps. Because so far it's been great. I only put January and a weekly planner here because I don't want to get overwhelmed and I just duplicate it for the next month or use the same template and make it February. And that helps me to actually be focused within the month. I hope that helps. And if you have any questions or comments or anything that you would like to say, just comment below. Choose.